I know it has taken a while for me to get this video out. I just started a job. Actually, I just started this job a week before I got on this trail to Wyoming. And so I got back and I was pretty busy for the entire time. This is actually the first time I've actually picked up my camera ever since Wyoming. So I need to get a little better at doing this on my weekends, though I really haven't had a weekend lately. But this weekend is pretty cool. So I am just finishing up a project for my church, and that was amazing to be asked to film this. I filmed baptisms today and baptism testimonies. This video is also going to be an alternate introduction to what I had originally planned for Wyoming. During my Wyoming trip, I tried recording. You'll see some of it, but it had to be a reset. I've had a very difficult year with the finances and with the job. So I needed to go back to the place where I was first really truly trusting of God. And that was 350 miles away in another state, away from all friends and family, just him and me. So I went back there. During my time up there this time around, he actually had scripture on my mind. And that's kind of different for me. I don't want to say rare, but it is a little different. So that scripture is Isaiah 41:10. The context of this, it's Isaiah is the prophet during the time of Israel's exile into Assyria. So it's really contextually based around that, but the promise is still the same from God. And that verse is, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." I'm usually terrible at memorizing scripture, but ever since that trip, I've known that verse. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be a lot of I'll just call this video a mashup of everything. Tell the story of how I got there through what you see. It was amazing this time of year. But as for me right now, I am going to help clean up. It was a very big gathering today. There were 10 people that were baptized. So I am going to try to get to work on that right away. So again, I hope you enjoy just taking in parts of Wyoming. I'm going to go work on this, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, Don here from the hotel in Pinedale. I had just gotten done with my hike yesterday, made it back into town, and I just crashed. So I am actually making this portion because of how I wanted this video to go. A little backstory: Pinedale is a very, very special place for me. It is the first place I ever went on a vacation out of state by myself. It's about 350 miles away from my home and from my family, so I'm out here all alone. The first time I did this was in 2022, and during that time I was still slowly coming back into my faith and trusting Jesus. And out here was the very first time that I had truly tried to rely on Jesus for providing out here. It was an amazing experience. He did provide way more than I could have ever asked for. And he did the same with this trip as well. This trip is actually the exact same as the first one, except I didn't go on one side trail. Other than that, it's all the same. And it was great. This is why people come out here. These mountains are extremely rugged. I hiked about 30 miles, and I did split that up over 4 days. It wasn't totally even. The first day and the last day were more miles, but the second and third day were actually less miles, but a lot more elevation gain and just rugged, rocky terrain to get over. During this time, I was thinking about what to actually make for you all, what topic I should talk about with y'all. And I know in my last video we spoke about some topics to come up. I do have those topics planned. However, out here is too special of a place. It's not that we can't talk about that out here. It's that we want to start with what out here looks like. I wanted to start with out here, just a couple things just to remind us where we are in relation to God. And a lot of people get this backwards. I think I've said it a couple times in the past. If not, it's been in my recordings. But a lot of people think that they go to God for help for themselves. Instead, it should be, how do we go to God to help him for his kingdom? And out here, we are relying on him. That's part of what he wants. We are growing closer to him out here. We are really trying to change our hearts out here. And we don't do that ourselves. One of the things that came to my mind as I was out there is I was listening to a podcast. And it's the Crossway podcast. They had somebody on talking about life in this digital age. And, everything's all online, digital. This, YouTube, here we go. I have an Instagram. I used to have Facebook, Twitter. I think I still have the Twitter. I want to delete that. TikTok, I had TikTok. The only things that I really need for this channel is YouTube and Instagram. I was listening to this podcast, and it's talking about life in this digital age, and social media has taken so many people's time away from simple devotionals or time in the Bible, time with Jesus, just praying and talking. When people come out here, the point was made that doing those types of things, social media, or even thinking about work or things like that, when you come out here, those things are like, why would I do that out here? And why would you do that out here? You're out here enjoying your time away from all that, and hopefully in a Bible that you brought with you and in prayer. That's a huge thing that I did on this trip. So I'd say day 2, I kind of let go of creating a traditional video, even though this is number 4 for my channel I've made. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you some footage of what it was like out here. I'm not really going to have a message in the middle of it. I do have some good clips that I might use in the future. But for today's video, I'm just going to show you what it's like out here in the middle of nowhere. I did a 30-mile round-trip hike. This is one of the most popular non-national park spots in Wyoming. I hope you all enjoy. I hope this video encourages you to get outside. That is probably the biggest thing that I would like to see from this channel, is that people decide, I'm going to go outside and spend time with God. Whether that be on a day hike or backpacking, or even today's standards of glamping, whatever. Get out to the mountains, no distractions, and spend time with God. really trusted God to take me somewhere. And He took me all the way to those mountains back there, all the way to the base of them. Most amazing trip of my life. I've been to the north part of this range, and I've also been down south. And I have about 2.5 more miles till my camp, as long as it's not overcrowded. The Wind River Range, some people refer to as the Sierras of the Rockies. Dinner time. Sweet pork and rice. What a view to end night one with. Good morning. About 8:30. I overslept. But I only have 6 miles to go today, I think. Let me check. Yeah, about 5 or 6 miles. The first nights are always very hard to actually sleep anywhere, anytime you go, no matter how used to the outdoors you are. What makes it easier is when it's a very nice morning. I'd say it's in the 50s. I'll take that. Yeah, pack up and go get my food. I should be out of here in an hour. Alrighty. I'll see you guys out there. Almost there. Half a mile to go. Well, that's going to be pretty much my view for the night. Let me tell you, it's the best I've ever had. Good morning. Great view. Alrighty. All packed up, but I'm not ready to leave. If it wasn't going to rain today and tomorrow, I'd be staying here for another night, just spending the time with this view all day. But the plan today is to go back to the same lake where I camped the first night. It's going to be very hard because when you get to this lake, you have to come down. And so I'm going back through here. There's a tent. I go past that, but I have to go up. So not looking forward to that. Hopefully we could just get it done and over with first thing this morning. It is 9 o'clock, so it's about time for me to head out. It was interesting. As I was hiking, I was listening to the Crossway podcast, and they were talking about living in this new digital age. And one of the things that they were talking about, they just said it in such a way that was very reflective of what I would like to communicate on this channel, which is to get outside. They were talking about social media and how everybody is always on social media. It's the new norm. Well, they also made a point of when people get out here, looking at social media becomes not the norm. It's the question comes up, why would I look at social media out here? Out here, you can really take that time, like I've said in the past, to know the creator and see his artwork. So that's a big part of this specific video. I needed to take some time out here just to be close with God again. That's probably the biggest thing with out here, is that the relationship with God is deeper. You are giving so much more time to him out here. It's almost like a whole different world out here. But it should not be that way for people who believe and are very strong about their faith. This should be the same feeling we have every day. I try to spend as much time with God as possible in the city. I am currently reading the book Deeper for a deeper connection to Jesus, a deeper relationship with Jesus. Most of my day is spent studying the Bible or Christian literature. It's one thing to be knowledgeable, have that academic knowledge, and it's a completely different thing to have the relationship with Jesus. One of the most convicting things that was ever said in one of my church services for me was, many people know about God, but not everybody knows God on a personal level. What the pastor was trying to teach was that, your faith is about a relationship with God, a relationship with Jesus. And many people know about God. Whenever you mention God, everyone's like, oh yeah, I know God. And even with Jesus, oh yeah, no, we know about Jesus. Jesus was the most talked about person in history. But to truly have a relationship with Jesus, to truly get to know him, you need to make time. You can't let even work get in the way. You can't let work get in the way. You can't let family get in the way. You can't let your life circumstances get in the way. You always need to find time to spend with Jesus. Out here has reminded me of how to trust in God and lean on him. I believe I said it sometime yesterday, if I included it in this video, but he is the only reason why I made it to where I made it to. These are rugged mountains. It's a long way. I've had foot problems since last year on the Colorado Trail, and I have had very little opportunity to get out. Most of what you all saw was me actually taking the time to get out at certain points during the summer. Otherwise, it's been pretty crazy. And so this time was a time, it's not like the last videos, but it was definitely a time for me to spend that quality time with Jesus back here, reminding myself that he is always with me, that he's always going to help me, and it's true for all of us. I'm probably going to finish this up at the hotel because it looks like some storms are coming. I can't tell if it's just clouds or not, but I need to finish up eating my dinner and getting my bed set up. my sleep system, if you will. So if I have any more tonight, I will turn this back on and we'll talk some more. Otherwise, good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's the last day. It is very nice. It's supposed to start raining today around 1, maybe earlier. So I'm trying to get out of here early. It's 7:30 right now. I want to start on the trail by 8. Not too much left to pack up. Felt like I'm packing in my old Colorado Trail days. Oh, look at you.